Coming up, see what happens when Gwar gets in the ring.
There was blood all over the floor. The kids were freaking out. It was really cool.
Next on VH1's Where Are They Now? Hair bands. At Virginia Commonwealth University, but from the beginning, Gwar was a force to be reckoned with. Gwar is an acronym for God. What an awful racket. Though they never had a top 10 song, who cares when you got a stage show that looks like this? On stage, Gwar's performances were part noise, part theater, and part, well, just plain weird.
The legend goes Gwar was a group of renegade space pirates who were banished to Earth billions of years ago for their intergalactic atrocities. And they woke up about 15 years ago because poofy-haired glam rockers had been using too much hairspray and had burned a hole in the ozone layer.
Fans descended on the band with religious devotion. Among their admirers, Beavis and Butthead.
Hey, Butthead, why are you so interested in my butt?
Have you heard that new Gwar album?
Yeah! 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 It's like, you have to watch TV for like hours and hours and hours before you see this video, but it's like, when you do, then it's all worth it, yeah.
In 1992, Gwar was honored with a Grammy nomination for their long-form video, Phallus in Wonderland.
I think Gwar getting nominated for a Grammy, it didn't really elevate our status. I think it more lowered the status of the Grammy.
So, where are they now?
When we heard we were going to be on Where Are They Now, our first reaction was, where were we ever? You know? Because we're used to seeing like David Cassidy and Tony Tennille on here.
The real question is, where hasn't Gwar been?
Do you have the Gwar comic book?
There are the comic books.
Our 7th issue is coming out, and it's all written and drawn by the guys in Gwar.
Oderus did a comic called The 666, which is his top 6 sexual positions, and it's fairly disgusting. I'm pretty proud of it.
Then there's the Gwar game.
I helped them work on the rules and stuff.
Wait, it's my turn.
So that the characters will be able to do special things just like they do in the show.
And of course, Gwar's cameo appearance in professional wrestling.
Oderus and I actually got to go fight in a real wrestling ring.
We do a Gwar show where we have like a wrestling ring on stage, and to actually be in a real one with the spring floor and the real ropes and everything was a real trip.
In 1996, Gwar received another Grammy nomination, this time for Best Metal Performance. Finally, in 1997, Gwar received pop culture's highest honor. They appeared on The Jerry Springer Show.
Gwar, welcome to the show. I don't know.
Why does it have to be so violent?
What is more dangerous, woman? The evening news, which is chock full of the death and the war and the hatred that the governments of this world have forced onto our people, or something like Gwar that is totally making fun of all that?
Okay. I was even asked to be a part of your show.
And after that, the show went totally downhill. After the Gwar thing, it's nothing but like redneck trailer park people fighting each other now.
And in between their world tours and 9 albums, the members of Gwar find time for the simple pleasures of life. Band member Sly Menstra Hyman has become the first woman and only the 3rd human to pass 1 million volts of electricity through her body, a feat she plans to try on stage with Gwar.
I think she's totally insane. This thing is like a million volts.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on stage when that thing goes off.
As for Gwar mate Hunter Jackson,
Work for a shop that makes artificial limbs for amputees. Yeah, I made this there.
despite the side projects, the band members' true love still remains the god-awful racket of Gwar. In 1999, the band released their 8th album, We Kill Everything.
We've been around long enough now that we get like guys who've been seeing us for like 12 years, and now their kids are old enough to come. So they got the whole family. Like, will you feed my child to the meat grinder tonight?
When they're not on stage, Gwar live and play in their Virginia complex known as the Slave Pit.
Hey, slave! Hey, got some blood on the ball.
Blood on the ball!
After years in the South, the city of Richmond is still not used to the band.
They won't let us play in Richmond, so we just walk around on the streets.
In fact, when the police saw us filming Gwar, they threatened to arrest the band if they didn't cover themselves.
Well, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail drunk as shit.
The band put on aprons and stayed out of jail.
This whole town, Richmond, I think the real conservative, oppressive atmosphere had a lot to do with, you know, the way that we turned out, because we're just reacting against that.
As Gwar prepares for yet another world conquest, the band is busy planning perhaps their most diabolical plan yet.
Even if we get too old to do Gwar, we can, like, breed replacements to get in our costumes. I'm serious, and, like, we can put out... Gwar could be a band that could last literally for hundreds of years.
They're the bands with big hair, fashion victims from another era. Today, some are living it up. Some never gave up.
Chad Lowe. Yes, Chad. Stars in Take Me Home, the John Denver story. Wednesday night at 9/8 Central, only on VH1.
Good times and a sense of style all their own.
What's the matter, Mick? You're sweating. It was a long time ago.